All right, what's up guys? It's Zach from EDR Motorsports. Very exciting day. We're going to run Randy Meyer's Top Alcohol Dragster this weekend at Bowling Green, so we're super stoked about that. But it is a doubleheader. We race Sunday. Thankfully, Bowling Green's only 2.5, 3 hours away. So as soon as we get back from racing, we got one day to get everything turned around, loaded up, and then we hit the road Tuesday to head to Norwalk for the Spring Fling. And then US Nationals that following Monday, and then I-57 door car race that week after that. We are going to be on the road doing race car stuff, so I had to get Dave Conley to revalve the shocks for me, just trying something different on the Dragster. They should be back today, but Josh is going to drive to Bowling Green for qualifying tomorrow, drive back home Saturday. They're going to wrap up the points at Beacon. Grayson's only 4 points away from winning the championship at Beacon in the junior dragsters. So after Grayson wraps that up, they're gonna hop back over to Bowling Green, but he's gonna test the dragster for me Saturday night at Beacon Dragway to make sure that it's ready for Norwalk when we go to the Spring Fling. Me and Zach, the film guy Zach, are just making sure we got all of our stuff swapped out. I'm swapping out all my bracket stuff and putting the Top Alcohol equipment in because there's no comparison. It's all completely different. No, it doesn't have the same safety rating, which is understandable when you go from 1,000 horsepower to 5,000. So getting all that stuff swapped over, then we're hitting the road and going to Bowling Green. So y'all hang tight and we will see y'all at Bowling Green. All right, we're here. We made it to Bowling Green, and Top Alcohol debut is underway. JJ and Jake are getting the cars ready to go, making sure everything's right for this afternoon. We have one qualifying session at 6 o'clock this afternoon. We'll just wait for Randy to get here, and he's on his way here. And then we'll take the body off the car, get me in the car, make sure everything is within arm's reach and able and easy for me to grab. You want to be tight in these things, so they have seat padding, different sizes and stuff like that. So we'll just get me more retrofitted to the car and then go through a run through of the cycles, make sure that I remember all the procedures, and then get ready for this afternoon. So it's going to be an exciting day, and y'all just hang tight. Hopefully y'all can watch me make a 5,000 horsepower pass in a little bit.
Concentrate on what he needs to get done in the car. We're just giving the run he needs just for 30 seconds in your name.
I lifted as soon as it started shaking me, but it was still freewheeling. All right, first pass is done. We went about 5 foot and then rattled the tires off. So we'll take that information. Randy will take that information and get the car dialed in for tomorrow, and we'll see where we line up from there. Pretty sure I had a pretty good reaction time. The car went out about 5 foot, and then it throws you back in the seat, and then you know as soon as you get lunged forward and everything starts shaking, something's not right, so just coast out of it and rock on. So, especially with no experience in the car, so we're not about to be pedaling it for a qualifier on my first pass. So we'll take that information, and then Randy will do his thing, the guys will get the car tuned up, and we'll hit it again tomorrow. That's it. That's a wrap for, what is it, Friday? It was fun. You know, I had it all built up in my head and what it was going to be like, and worried about this, worried about that. You know, then I didn't even go 10 foot, but in that I got to feel, you know, the feeling that I haven't had in 12 months. So it got me familiar with it, you know, that I now know what to expect, at least on the starting line. It kind of settled my nerves a little bit and built up confidence in the car. So we'll roll with that and see you tomorrow. What's up, guys? It is Saturday morning and it is time for qualifier 2 and qualifier 3. The guys are getting my car ready to go now. They're wrenching on it, getting it tuned up and getting everything the way that it needs to be. Randy made the adjustments that he wanted to do. We made a clutch change and a head gasket change. He said the track just couldn't hold it yesterday, and then he gave me some pointers of what I could have done different. He said it wouldn't have mattered. The car wasn't gonna go down the track that fast anyways. I only went about 2-3 foot yesterday before it went up in smoke, but I haven't been in the car in 12 months, like I said yesterday, and it gave me that feeling again, you know, that of your surroundings. So they'll get the car tuned up, and then we have our second qualifier at 12 o'clock. So the guys will get her fixed up, and then we'll be ready to rock. Y'all get ready. We're getting ready to go 270 miles an hour. All right, boom, baby. We just made our first full run in competition. It was the last qualifier, and we just laid down a 5:35, and we had to run against teammate Matt Cummings, and he laid down a 5:26. So he was a little bit faster than me going down the track. He went 2:72, and I went 2:66, but we'll make the adjustments and see if we can't find a little bit more for tomorrow. I think we ended up being qualified 1 and 3. It was awesome. That was the feeling I've been waiting on. That was what I was looking for. That's what we came here for, and it felt good. So now we're fully tuned in and in tune with the car. The feeling of the car was the same, but being able to drive it and move was fine. So that's what I was looking for, was the adjustment. I made a minor adjustment with the helmet, and then that pulled my head off the back of the roll cage, and as the car started to quiver, I guess that made all the difference. So we also balanced the tires. Maybe that helped a little bit too. But we went down the track, felt solid, everything's good. We still hit the tree, and we are racing tomorrow. So we will see you guys then. All right, baby, it's the big day. It is our official Top Alcohol debut, round 1. It's about 9:15 right now, so a little under 2 hours, and we'll be ripping this bad boy down the track for our first round of competition. Feeling good this morning, feeling excited. All I gotta do is my job, and Randy's got the car dialed in, so there are only 4 cars here, so it'll only be 2 rounds of competition. Either way, it's been an awesome experience. Still get to make another rip in the car. Thankful to be able to do it. Thankful for all the sponsors that's been able to allow me to do this, especially Mr. Cool. Could not do it without them. And then also Tommy Cunningham. There's a dog pooping in the background. That's awesome.
Tunnel lack of concentration.
Yeah.
That breaks it all. Right?
Could not do this without my sponsors, especially Mr. Cool. Thank you guys so much for trusting in me and to represent your company and to be able to do this stuff and live out my childhood dream. Thanks to Randy and the team for getting the cars ready and, you know, giving me pointers and getting me caught back up in the seat. And thanks to my family for always pushing me and supporting me to always go to the next level. Special shout out to Tommy Cunningham, Larry Cunningham, the owners of Stroud Safety. This stuff is kind of like last minute, and the equipment's very, very expensive. And I'm not really sure where my path in this is going yet. I know where I want it to go, but I'm not really sure how it's going to end up. There's a bunch of unanswered questions. But Tommy has helped me out and let me borrow the safety equipment needed on a shorthand's notice. No questions asked. It's always there to support me also. So special thank you to them guys. Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. So y'all hold on. We're going to see how this round 1 goes. All right, baby, we just did it. We just won our first round of Top Alcohol Dragster and our first ever competition round also. Melanie blew the tires off as soon as she took off. My car went straight down through there, but it was a little slow. I went 5:47, I believe. And at half track, I was wondering if I forgot to turn the fuel on before I staged. I can tell when the car's, you know, running at its full potential and not. Well, I could on that run anyways. That was probably the smoothest run, but it was also the slowest. But yeah, we got it done. Nonetheless, I was 20 on the tree. And so far, I've been 15, 22, 31, and 20 on the tree in that order. So I've got a good spot on that. I haven't foot braked in a long time, but it's pretty much as a supersized junior dragster as far as hitting the tree, and I've got, you know, 7 or 8 years of doing that. So I'm just using those muscle memories that I had back when I was a kid and applying them to the car and working out. So I got to run my teammate Matt Cummings here in the final. He laid down a 4:19, so regardless if I out tree him or not, we've got some ET to find. So Randy will do his thing, I'll do mine, and we'll see how it plans out. Like I said, there was only 4 cars, so we are technically going to the final. Wish there was more cars here and more competition, but that's just how this one fell. Still, like I said, thankful for the opportunity and glad to be able to wheel one of these things. So y'all hang tight and get ready for the final round. All right, that's a wrap. I had to run my teammate Matt Cummings in the final. He beat me to the stripe by a 10th, gave it back to him. I wasn't seeing him there. Figured I'd womp it a couple of times. I didn't want to break out. Going down there, after I rewatched the video, it looks like I went left and I corrected right, and then it made just a hard move right, something harder than I was not experienced enough to know. So I lifted real quick and got back into it, and then ended up being a 10th at the stripe. I was 50 on the tree, he was 89, so that gave me 39 up front, and I was still ahead at half track, so it was going to be really tight regardless if I bumped it or not, or pedaled it or not. But all in all, it's been a great experience. My whole entire family's here for the most part. I got my son here with me, and just everybody been able to experience this with me. I can't be more grateful for that. Randy and the guys had the cars to the best of their ability, and it started off rocky, but we were able to pull through with it. Grayson wrapped up the points championship at Beacon last night. He went in and he was 4 points behind, and he was able to wrap it up he got 3rd place last night. So that means all my little cousins have won the Junior Dragster Championship at Beacon, so that's pretty cool to add to the list. Still chasing that Wally. I want a Wally now. It was this close, just couldn't pull it off. But now we got to swap back over into bracket mode, go home, get all of the Mr. Cool cars loaded up, and then we head to Norwalk and for the spring fling. Thanks to Randy, thanks to Mr. Cool, thanks to Stroud. I couldn't do it without, I called Tommy, he's like, hey, I got this event coming up, and he's like, hey man, anything I got's yours. I couldn't be more grateful for that. Mr. Cool's been behind me for 5 years, and I couldn't be more grateful for them for allowing me to live out this dream. And like I always say, if you're that 12-year-old kid, little kid, and you want to be a race car driver, I'm just like you. So just keep on pushing, and you can figure out a way to do it and make it happen. So we will see you guys in Norwalk, and y'all hang tight.